Morning. This is Arnie Waters here at Waters Capital in Boston, Massachusetts. Aim for the ice floes, not the open water. Look for the trouble. That's in other words. The trouble is the global tightening. The trouble is that there are negative real interest rates. In other words, the cost of living is going up more than any money you can get, any interest you can earn on money in the bank. So, for instance, if you're getting 2% on the money in the bank and the real cost of living is 7%, you're losing 5% per year in terms of purchasing power. Anybody can see what that can do to you over a short period or a medium term period of time, 5 to 10 years, even 15 years. In 10 years, you've lost half your purchasing power. Now, one of the things we're very excited about is that Molycorp, the US-based rare earth company, has made some acquisitions overseas. And what this means is that over time, over the next 8 or 10 years, we're going to see a real balance occurring in the relative supply of rare earths. But in the meantime, we have to spend a lot of our energy thinking about what the Chinese are going to do. And what the Chinese are doing is not good. And so what's happening is prices of rare earths are going up further and further. Indeed, we've raised our target on Molycorp from previous $85 to $110 per share in the next 5 or 6 months as they begin to get their first big mine into operation. So, we're looking at rare earths. We're also looking at the fact that the Japanese seem to have outdone BP in their inability to cope with a crisis. They also seem to prefer deception to honesty, and as a consequence, their normally placid citizenry are getting more and more riled up. Now, our last comment for the day is going to concern the Middle East. We think that as we look at the Middle East, we need to look away for a while. In other words, what's going to happen in the Middle East will evolve along democratic lines. That's very clear. The strife that has begun in Tunisia is inevitably going to spread to the larger kingdoms of the Middle East because people are sick and tired of being oppressed by autocratic rulers with the rife nepotism and corruption that accompany them. So, we're going to see more and more turmoil in the Middle East. The fact of the matter is, however, aside from the emotional elements, there's not a lot the Middle East has to do with the economics of what's going on in the world. When I say that, what I mean is we know the price of oil is going to go up. And once we factor that in, then we're aware of what's going to happen because of the Middle East. So we're asking you to keep your focus on good things that are going on in other parts of the world because there are serious profits to be made. And we want to remind our friends and clients that we've always said that if you like an index fund that matches the S&P 500, buy it by all means, because we do think it's going to be impossible for individual investors to beat the institutions. So you might as well, if you can't beat them, join them. So you might as well get that institutional treatment by buying an indexed fund or an indexed ETF. So have a great day, have hope, have some fun, enjoy life.